Hello everyone, this is Alex. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add your own slideshows as well as edit existing ones on your site. So whether or not you have a slideshow as part of your theme already, kind of like on this theme here, or you just want to add one to another page, or you want to add one to a post, or you want to add one to your sidebar somewhere, I'm just going to show you how you can access those slideshows, whether it's an existing one or how to add your own. So once we've logged into the site, we're going to be here at our dashboard, our main screen here, and on the left side, we want to go to the section called Slideshows. So instead of worrying about this sub-menu over here, I'm just going to click on Slideshows. So first, say we want to edit, say we do have a slideshow already on our site that we want to edit. You'll see I'm talking about this one here on the home page on this theme that we have, and I want to edit that one. So it's the only one I have here. It's called Homepage Slideshow. I'm just going to click on the name of the slideshow. And here it's going to open up the kind of slideshow editor screen. So up at the top is where you can name it. The name doesn't really show on the home page. It's only for reference in the back end for you to know which one is which. But that's the title of the slideshow up there. And then you'll see these are the 4 images we currently have in the slideshow. So a few things here. If I hover over them, you'll see that little X pop up in the corner. That's how easy it is to delete one. So if I wanted to remove, say, this first house image from my slideshow, I can just click that X and it's going to take it out of there for me. There are some other options. Say if I click on an image, it'll open up specific options for that image. So I can link the image if I want. So I can put a URL in there that I want that image to link out to. I can rename the images as well. I can have some alt text, which is the kind of the text that shows up when someone hovers over the image. Just some additional options there. Nothing that's necessary or mandatory. But you can do that by clicking on one of those images. And then over on the right, these are kind of most of our options that we need to worry about over here. So right up at the top, add images. So if I want to add more images to my slideshow, or if I've just created one that I want to add images to, I'll click that. And it's going to bring us to this screen. So we have 2 tabs up here we can switch between. Media library. All of these images here is going to be anything you've previously uploaded to your site. So these images will be specific to your site. Anything that you've uploaded at one point or another, as long as it's been uploaded at one time, it'll still appear in here in your media library. It's all saved in the site. So if there's something you want to reuse, or you have a bunch of images that you kind of switch between every couple weeks or so, it'll already be in here. So you'll see this one here, these 3 there, and then this one are the ones we currently have in our slideshow. So if there's an image here that you want to reuse, you can just select it, and then down here in the corner hit that blue Insert into Slideshow button. Alternatively, in most cases, it's going to be something you want to upload from your computer, an image that you have or something that you've taken that you're going to need to find somewhere on your computer, and that's when you want to be on the Upload tab. And then, obviously there you just hit Select Files and you'd pick them off your computer, and then once you've uploaded them here, you'll hit Insert in Slideshow, and it's going to drop them into the slideshow for you. So once you insert images, they'll just show up like this, kind of how these ones that are currently in there. And then another thing to show you, if you want to change the order, it's super simple. I can just grab an image, and you'll see I can just drag it around and drop it wherever I want. It kind of rearranges them for me, but it's really easy to change the order of the images. Yep, so over here, add images, delete images, you click that button, but it's also easy just to click the little X above the image you want to delete. You can even randomize the slideshow if you want. Instead of changing the order around, you can just hit randomize and it'll do it for you. The dimensions. So this width and height here are set because this is part of our theme. Those are the exact dimensions to make this slideshow fit the way it does in here. But obviously, if you're adding your own slideshow to a page or a blog post, or to the sidebar down here, you can set the dimensions you want. It's always nice to have a larger image than necessary that you're uploading rather than one that's too small, obviously, because if your slideshow is too big and you have a smaller image, when you upload it, it's going to stretch it out and it's not going to look very good. It'll be blurry or grainy. So it's always good to have an image that's the bigger the better, obviously, for the slideshow. And then we do have some other options that you're free to go through down here. Transitions, you can kind of change the animation that happens between photos. You can set the duration is important. This is the time it spends on each photo before switching to the next one. So that's where you change that. And then there's lots of other options you can mess around with here. But very simple, super easy to add images to the slideshow, to change the order, to remove some if you want. But once you're done with any of your changes, just make sure to scroll down to the bottom here and hit that Save Slideshow button to change any of your to save any of your changes that you've just made. So that would be how to edit an existing slideshow. Everything's basically the same when you want to add a new one. You just need to click the Add New button. So if we go back to Slideshows and say we want to create a brand new slideshow here, back down right up at the top here, you'll see there's an add new button. And then there's also one on the sidebar under the slideshows option over here, that add new. Either one works. I'll click add new. Again, it's going to take us back to that same screen we were on. Obviously, there's nothing in here yet. We haven't added any images. All the dimensions and everything, all the settings are kind of default settings. So I would use the one, if you have one previously created, use that as a guide. And then you can kind of tweak it from there. But you'll be able to see all the default settings. And then, you can name it whatever you want, new slideshow or, whatever you want to name it there. And then add your images and then just make sure to hit save to finish creating your slideshow. So that is how to create them and how to edit existing ones. As far as adding them places, I will go to, let's go to pages, and I'll show you how to add them there. It's going to be the same whether you want to add them to a page on your site or you want to add them to an actual blog post. It's going to be exactly the same. I'm just going to show you how to do it in pages here. So say we have an about, let's go to the About Us page, and I'm going to open up that page. So say we want to add a slideshow here. Say we have images of our, you have images of your building, your location, you have some team images, stuff like that. So you have a slideshow that you want to add to the About Us page for your customers to see on the site. Obviously, we don't have anything on this About Us page. So say imagine the coming soon is the whole bio, a couple paragraphs. Say I want to add the slideshow above that. I'm going to move it down a little bit, and I'll put the cursor right above it. So I'm going to put the cursor right where I want the slideshow to be, or at least in the general area. So say I want the slideshow to be above all the text. I'm going to put my cursor there, and then it's super simple. There's an Add Slideshow button at the top. I'll click that. You'll see this drop down, select a slideshow. So homepage slideshow is the only one we have. Obviously, if you had 5 or 10 or 3 different slideshows, they would all show up in that menu. So you can just click whichever one you want. I'll say homepage slideshow, and then hit insert. And you'll see it drops it in there. It puts this little bit of code in there. You'll just know that that is the slideshow. So you can arrange it the same way you would as text, but just know that that's a slideshow. So say I wanted to center my slideshow, I'll just highlight it and align center the same way I would as if it was just plain text. And then you can always copy and paste that too. Say no, I decided I want it after the text, so I'll paste it down there and delete that. It works the same way. You'll just know that that little chunk of code is where it's going to drop the slideshow in there for you. So that's how easy it is to add it to pages. And like I said, it's the same with posts. If I go to a post and I open up an existing post or I make my own, it's the same WordPress editor. So you have that same slideshow button up there, and everything's going to be exactly the same there. So as always, if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you, everybody.